If you clicked on this video, you're probably a beginner artist. And no, this is not a tips video or guide or motivation or anything of the sort. This is more of a talking about the experience of a beginner artist. This can help. Can also help if you want to begin art but don't know how. I guess just uh, talking. I'm just gonna talk as a beginner artist experience with art, and even if you don't really care about the experience, I think you should stay a little bit because I'm gonna talk about something that could interest you in a bit. Uh, Thinking about art in a career manner, which is pretty risky considering I'm a beginner artist to say I want to take it as a career, but let's skip that for later. For now, I want to talk about like beginner arts experience with art. Most of us start by copying, seeing a picture that we like, seeing an artwork we like on Pinterest, all that, and we try to copy it as best as we can, and you just get better as time goes on. But I did the mistake of copying for a whole year straight. I started a year ago, but I had like no fundamentals. I got no fundamentals. I just copied. I couldn't really just change the perspective or change the hair or change anything. Just use the reference, copy it, and as best as I can and move on. Which was fun at first, but then I want to create something on my own. So I started to learn some fundamentals. But the problem at the time, I had a lot of problems, which is ones I had anxiety, depression, and stuff like that. Not let's not dig into that really. Just took a lot of time to really climb from where I've fallen, and I've realized that being starting fundamentals, it's manageable, but it's hard. There's so many videos, so many ways, so many things you can do. You can start with this, start with this, start. It's like infinite possibilities. That's what makes art good, but also what makes art kind of scary to start. Uh, Also, speaking like if you find like I don't know, like a 30-day routine or like a way of art, you find it, you're not exactly gonna be sure you're improving. And it's like, are you wasting time? Should you stay a bit longer? Should you focus, see someone else? Should you see something else? It's hard to know, especially if you're like me, which you have nobody to talk about art to. I have some friends that do some art, but not really concentrate in fundamental. Just see something, draw it, looks cool, move on. Normal stuff. They're not really putting in time to learn the construction or how to really just create something on your own from zero, which is understandable because they don't chase art as I do. But it makes you feel kind of lonely and kind of alone and not really sure in your work if you're improving, if this is worth it, if this video is really helping me, and should I try to find another way or another simplified version, or is this the version for me? I don't know. Myself, I've been doing 17 days now straight of fundamentals. I started the first like 7 days, no, 8 days doing the boxes, the circles, the so many shapes, so many different perspectives, 2 point, 3 point perspective, trying to stack objects on top of another. From Draw Like a Sir is really good artist. I think you should check him out. Though that's not my point. It's now that I started doing um, Loomis Head. I want to learn portraits before anything, and I found that the tutorial I saw about drawing the Loomis Head, it helped me, but I couldn't create from it. Like it didn't click. I could understand, but I didn't really make something out of it. I found another tutorial that helped me more. I don't remember from who. I'll probably put it the visual or tag him in description or something like that. But anyways, he also helped a lot, but it just feels like I'm still not really improving that all that much. Now I'm doing school studies and like the lighting for a human. I don't know what they call it, that form of human when of a head with like barely any skin, not really skin, but the skull with skin and shadows, and I don't know really. I'll show a picture of it, but I just don't know if I'm improving, or will this will this how do we say it, this path, let's say path of art, will it work, will it not? I just wanted to see who else can like relate to this. It's not all bad, especially I feel I had a lot of fun actually drawing even the boxes and so on, learning how to rotate shapes. I even loved the part where you like stack objects on each other. That was really fun, and even though we didn't start with the hard part or anything like that, I still find it fun. But that's not really what I'm talking about. I'm really talking about, is this a universal feeling, or am I the only one, or how do people who like do art alone from start really go with it, and how does it feel to have somebody help you if you really have help as a beginner artist? And I also talked about it as a career. We'll get let's start with that career. I feel like art is meant for me. What do I mean by that? Because there were like signs from my childhood when I get stressed or have problems or someone, I just doodle, draw, and just really just get my mind off of things. And even when I was little, I want to be an engineer like my brother, which I thought being an engineer at that time was creating games, everything about the game, like the visual stuff, the storytelling, the atmosphere, and everything, which was wrong. That's the artist and storyteller's job, not the engineer. So when I got older, I was looking into art. At the ninth grade, I started to watch tutorials, not tutorials about fundamental, but tutorials how to draw this character, how to draw this character in this, how to draw this, and this. And actually, I started doing some pretty nice work. Then I bought a tablet, a pretty cheap one, but a drawing tablet, which I spent a whole year just copying the artwork that I like. I improved in my line work in like learning some basics, like you need sketch, you need how to color this, how to blend a little, how to add shadows and layers, just the basics, really just the basics. But it didn't feel like I was learning art. I already said all of this, but you get my point. So why would I want this as a career? Like why, with all of these uncertainties, I will like it as a career, even though in my country, which I will not name, it's not really a popular path to take, or that good of a path. So if I want to become an artist or try to get into art school, universities, university art, I'd have to work on a scholarship abroad, which is manageable. It's pretty difficult, but I think I'm pretty cocky on this one. I think I'll pull it off. But why would I give myself that much pressure to learn art quicker and have to make it before time runs out? And for that, I don't really have an answer. It just feels right. It just makes sense. It's just like when you wake up, you need to eat breakfast, something like that. Just feels like the correct path. I mean, I have a lot of problems with my country, with my living situation. It's not bad. I won't say bad, but it's not the one I want. So to make something, I want to go abroad and start art school, like in Korea, Chinese, China, Chinese, China, Korea or Japan. I also consider it like I'm taking Korean Chinese class next year as a added subject, which would be really fun because all my friends, I convinced three of my best friends to be there, and like a brother of mine. So that would be fun to work to learn one of the hardest language, if not the hardest language in the world. But yeah, career-wise, that's also what I want to ask. What to beginner artist? Because if you're a professional artist, I guess you have so much. You'll have to have uh, like confidence in yourself. You'll make it. You'll do something, and if you already hit that like 1,000 likes or 1,000, I think that's already like 1,000 people is large amount, even though there's so many content creators that it feels like nothing. Having 1,000 followers, like 1,000 people, so much people. uh, so but I want to see like what a beginner thinks about this, what a beginner artist like me thinks, if he has somebody who to help, or has no one like me who has to learn from scratch alone, or if you want to pursue it as a career. What do you feel? Do you have pressure to make it in a certain amount of time? Will you have to leave early at the house early to get it, and so on? Sorry, my voice is so shaky and like not really consistent. I'm just so nervous. It's this video is improvised and kind of made on a whim. I just thought if I waited for a perfect moment, I'll never get it, and I'll just lose courage when I barely hold on to it. Post something like this on the internet. So really, it's not the best quality. Of course, I neither have a camera or anything of the sorts. Everything will be done by a phone and edited later by a PC, which I'll be editing for the first time actually ever on a PC. I usually just, if I like, I tried to edit on CapCut a few times, but I just don't know how. Back in like 2021, and haven't really touched an editing app since. That's not what I'm really talking about. I'm sorry for this videos being so bad quality. For I guess a lot of you, I think a lot of people would like to hear this from a beginner artist. So sorry for the bad English. I'm always this shaky talking. I'm really nervous, and I really have social anxiety when even talking with people. I can't create a full sentence normally. I hope actually starting like this YouTube channel, I could get better at talking. And this is actually the first time I'm talking English like for more than 5 minutes. I don't really talk in like a voice chat or Discord. I just talk with friends from the same countries or native language. And even in my English class, I only have to say a sentence like in 5 minutes, get a good grade, and just move on. So actually speaking English and having to express myself in it without even having to, without writing anything or having so much in mind, and because this is really just an abbreviation of what I wanted to say about art. This is the like the surface level of a beginner artist and the problems he has, and like a beginner artist and his thoughts on starting a career about in arts. Though, thanks for watching, and if you like, if you think we'll get along, why not like subscribe and try to talk with me more, because I very much like to see others' opinions on the matter and others' experience, and let's just build a community as beginner artists. Because I'm sorry, I'm dragging this, but just one last thing. I also think that most artists wait to become like good at art. Most artists videos are professional artists, some people who know how to animate, how to draw, and just talk about experience from way back then. even though they talk about it, I don't think it's as good as somebody talking about when he's living it right now.